What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall is a thriller book. It is the adult debut of the author. She has written a few young adult novels before this one. This one I didn't know anything about, to be honest. I think I saw books with Emily Fox. She had it, and it sounded like a nice little chiller thriller to read. I was in a bit of a rut, and I wanted something, quick and mean. So this one is about Naomi Shaw. When she was 11 years old, she was stabbed multiple times by a serial killer, and she survived, though. Her friends carried her out, and then she was carried out by a childhood friend of hers. And many years later, she's now a photographer. She never got plastic surgery for the big scar on her face, so she's got a lot of emotional baggage on the inside and the outside. She likes to sleep around. That's sort of her vice of choice to deal with the trauma. Her dad's a bit of a mess-up alcoholic kind of hoarder, and she basically just charges triple the normal photographer rate because there's a lot of weirdos that are fans of her because she survived and she put away the vicious serial killer Stahl, David Allen Stahl, I believe. So David Allen Stahl is in prison. She's sort of, just living her life when she gets a phone call that changes things. And she's got her two childhood friends, the ones that were there in the woods that witnessed her getting stabbed. There's Olivia Liv. She's basically like a really timid, biracial, Japanese American girl, a lot of mental problems. And then there's also Cass. She's kind of like the it girl, blonde, I guess, maybe. But she's like kind of like the strong one that helped them, overcome all the trauma that they had to basically go through in the aftermath in the trial. She was 11, and she's basically a bit of a hot mess, to be honest. Naomi, she changed her name. She's just trying to live her life, do some stuff. When a podcaster shows up, starts sniffing around, trying to get more information because he does true crime podcasts. And then there's something like the title of this book, What Lies in the Woods. There's something that happened that the girls never told anyone about, and now that things are happening in the present day that are shifting, secrets are going to come out. So it's basically them trying to deal with the aftermath of this secret that they've kept in the woods this whole time and how it's going to affect their livelihoods and their lives in the present day. So I really like that this book didn't jump into the past and do like the two timeline thing where you switch into a previous timeline every chapter. I'm getting kind of sick of that type of structure, to be honest, so I'm glad this book doesn't do that. The start of the book's really strong. I like the characters, especially Naomi. She's not like what's the word? She doesn't have all her shit together, She's actually quite frazzled all the time, a lot of PTSD, a lot of trauma. She doesn't process things correctly. She doesn't make the wisest decisions. I really liked how she's a very flawed character. But as the book went on, it got kind of boring. Not much happens throughout the book, and when they do, maybe like the first half is really intriguing. But as they just keep going, introducing new twists and things like that, when you get to the reveals, they're very underwhelming, to be honest. In my opinion, things just sort of happen. There's no rising tension. There's not really twists, they're just reveals. So when they're revealed, it's like, oh, okay, that's interesting, and then the story just kind of unfolds. It's the equivalent of I know who the killer is. This is an example. I know the killer, he's John Doe, and then John Doe's like, damn you, and then the police show up. Kind of like that. It's kind of like things just sort of unfold. There's no amazing climax or anything. So What Lies in the Woods is okay. I give it a 2.5 out of 5.